Alright, hey there everybody. Sorry I'm late. Looks like this is working. Yeah, I was kind of feeling sick this morning. Then I thought I was gonna not stream, but then I just sort of felt better, so I don't know. Whatever that means. Let's just go ahead and grab ourselves our stream on our laptop. So yeah, I've decided to play this again because I found what I find to be the fun of this game here. Gonna have to wait a little bit here just to get stuff toggled. I also figured out sort of what this game's a little bit about. This is basically Factorio, which is insane to say, but that is kind of what it is. So I'm gonna set this one active here. I have to fly over there, that's fine. So yeah, we're just sort of running a couple of missions. I figured out how to do full autonomous ore mining. So over here we've got like this little guy doing some mining there automatically. I don't have to do anything for these guys. The price stabilization is just fine, so they will basically be able to do this forever. Unless silicone is a finite resource and runs out. Up here we got this big guy, and he is pulling us in some money. We can actually check how well these things are doing. So we can look at the information on our Hokkaido mineral miner, and we can also go into our transaction log and show what this is earning us. So it's done 2 trips so far, over 1 million. So this is basically Factorio in space, except, well, Factorio... No, Factorio's not in space, it's on a planet. Anyway, yeah, so while that sort of nonsense is happening, I'm going to be doing stuff flying around here. And what we're going to do is actually set up another miner down in this section here, and we're going to go ahead and get another big mining ship from up there. There's lots of places that it can trade to, and we're eventually going to be building up some bases and stuff like that, and that's going to create a more large-scale production facilities, stuff like that. We're also automatically trading into this place, and that's sort of funding its own research as a result of that. So we can also check the logbooks for this place. Actually, that is the wrong button for that, transaction log. So we can see the amount that this place has been making. If we take a look here, we can see it's been like losing money buying stuff here. Some of these trade orders, I think, are for purchasing research. But yeah, this is an escort mission. This is the one that I find kind of just both relaxing and also kind of fun. But we're basically going to be running into a place and then murdering a whole bunch of stuff, earning a whole bunch of credits by doing something fairly fun to begin with. It's not necessarily the easiest thing. I've upgraded to the Katana. And the Katana is a much, much, much more powerful ship than the one I was flying in previously. Strangely enough, in spite of being a really big ship, it's actually extremely fast. It's faster than a lot of fighters. Which I'm confused by, but in any event, it is a very, very, very good ship compared to what I was flying in before. It's a heavy, it's a medium slot ship, interceptor cruiser thing. I don't know. It looks like the Defiant from Star Trek. It looks pretty good. Not my favorite type of design because it does look a little bit like a pancake with like guns bolted to the sides, but that is kind of how the Defiant looks, so. Anyway, so our job here is just follow this guy along until a bunch of red blips show up, then we kill the red blips, hoover up the resources that are inside them, and be on our merry way. Speaking of red blips, here they are.
Protector.
As you can see, our new guns here do some pretty hefty damage. I'm going to try and see if there's any stuff that dropped out of these guys here before we get too far away. And if we kill those guys off fast enough, we can actually get these all before we have to do the next section here. And because we're so fast, even those guys 20 kilometers away, we can just zip straight over to them like right away. And this is why this mission is actually pretty high payout. It's only listed as 200,000, but we're going to get more than that by a little bit because of the number of attacks that we get. We get paid about 50,000 per wave, 70,000 per wave.
Guard.
Plus, we get to take all those resources off of them. Ouch. Just gonna go up here and grab this stuff before we continue fighting. Because our shields are actually really tough right now.
Protect Hive Guard.
I've got upgraded guns, I've got like upgraded shields and stuff like that. So we hit way, way harder, we take way bigger hits. It makes these jobs actually pretty easy. I kind of am expecting them to scale up. The other thing that you sometimes get is like pirate raids or Xenon raids in an area. And I like clearing out those as well. I like combat piloting,
Bolo. Mineral.
basically. We should be getting a message at some point saying like thank you or whatever for defeating those guys in sector. Unless we're too far away from any detection sort of thing, in which case we won't, but usually you get extra pay for these sort of things. Someone else is fighting something around here.
Queen's Guard.
I was hoping I could get the other things targeted, but that's fine.
Protector.
This guy's surviving a lot of hits.
Queen's Guard.
Well, I normally would go off and help that guy, but we've got this guy to help, who is our target. So there is another patrol in the area doing some stuff, but they'll do their fighting there. Oh, yeah, we've been receiving some payments from that mining ship, it looks like. Just head over to where we actually killed it. It's interesting to me where those things drop, because it's not where you would expect them to drop. Let's check our map here. We are way down here. I think those guys are far enough away that that's not really going to affect us anymore.
Bolo. Mineral. Hive Guard. Protector.
I find it better to like hit these small ships first when you can.
Thank you. Protector.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're getting combat bounties. They're not going after our target ship here. They've gotten into other fights, it looks like. When that happens, you can kind of go off and do other things. Like hoover up these things. I'm getting shot by something. Must be you?
Hive Guard.
The map is like one of the hard things about this game for me. I will occasionally get like illegal things. It'd be nice if I figured out what to do with those. Hey there. Might be interested at checking out some of the stuff for this that I've done, because I think that what you were talking about last time, you were having to like micro your traders and stuff like that.
Protector.
They might have changed some stuff, or it might have been something that was buried in the UI, but you can actually like heavily automate it to the point where you don't actually have to do like anything. I've got mine set up so that they'll just do stuff automatically. And if I've got the numbers right, I shouldn't ever have to replace it. Give them new orders.
Queen's Guard.
Stop that drone.
Maintenance vessel.
I guess you get to die too? Okay, cool. Alright, and I'm missing some stuff that I could have picked up here. You've got COVID. Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, I haven't had that yet, but literally everyone I know practically, except like my mom, has gotten it so far. It's rough. I know people who've had it like 3 times. I don't know what they're doing. It's just like, you know, don't get COVID forehead. Or whatever I don't know how that format works. Alright, so those are the missions that I really like running. The total amount that we got from it's probably a bit less, because I think I got less combat bounties out of it than I normally do out of this, but that's kind of fine. And we can take a look at something else here. This is the other thing that I kind of like about doing these, because we got like these basic fuel injectors, basic shield generator coils. These things aren't worth very much here, but we got a damaged singularity engine, and that's worth a ton. Extended fuel containers, high energy catalyst, Nvidium. I've had it twice. I mean, on the plus side, if you did get the vaccine, it could have been that if you didn't get it, you'd be dead. So, I mean, there is that. I mean, it seems to be holding up pretty well for me, honestly. I've had mine and have had no problems whatsoever. Foray into Xenon space. What are they wanting me to kill here? Xenon any ship. This could go really poorly. It's not the traders so much, although that is working. So the way that I've got them set up here is I've got like there's just one trader who's basically doing like a little bit of stuff here, and they're usually not capable of doing anything because like the economy of this place sucks. But the main thing is like the miners. So I've got this guy just set on repeat orders. If we take a look at our objects list, no, that's not it. Information. Like the UI for this game is so opaque. Yeah, so I've just copied this off of like a guide basically. You just have like I would be mad about the third time too. But yeah, you just have it set to like repeat orders instead of doing the auto mine. And you don't assign it to a station or anything like that. And that makes it so that they'll just sort of go around in circles in that area mining. And every time they're full, they'll just automatically find whatever station they can find in the area that they want to. And they'll sell in that area. So I haven't crashed the price here, for example. I don't know how many I actually need to. But as far as I can tell, I should be able to get like 3. The traders, I don't think it's an issue with their AI or anything of having to micro it. If you really, really, really want to, I could like get these guys to do something other than auto trade. But what I've been finding is that the price differentials between stations isn't enough to justify me bothering. Yeah, I don't even think it's a while. I think it's just that like the changes in price make it so that like you fill in a couple places immediately, and then that's it. Like you don't have any viable trades for like another hour or something like that, and then you do some viable trades, and then that's fine. That's sort of how I've been doing it. Like I should have a range of a couple jumps, and I've sort of filled out these areas here. So there's a lot of trading opportunities for them to sort of go to. It's just that like the prices are basically the same everywhere, so they're not trading anything. I don't think it's like something I could really fix with micro, because like if I did the trades manually, I'd still have to go through all the math and everything like that, and it just wouldn't be worth it. So I think it's a matter of like when I want to do the trade stuff more manually, what I do is I actually start selling the stuff that I make here, because I'm building energy cells. So if I was building a more like rugged economy, I'd have more stuff that I could trade. Right now, all I'm doing is selling energy cells, because that's all I've really got. But if I have a more advanced economy, like I can sort of sell more. That's actually one of the things I'm sort of working towards down in this area here, is I want to get a station so that I can build up my economy, because I build Terran components. They have a different economy. which is kind of janky, but it means that I'm not allowed to like sell stuff to other people. It's weird. Yeah, I think that it's one of those, like, microing wouldn't really help me in this case. I think I have to set up the rest of it. That's why I was just saying, like, I think this game's actually like Factorio, and I think that's sort of the, part of the fun of it, honestly. Just gonna hit autopilot, head over there, but meanwhile, I'm also gonna set up another ship. I don't think that traders actually earn very much money to begin with, though, as far as I've been able to tell. Like, the miners definitely seem like they earn more. Okay, so I want an all-around, basic shielding, all-around. Alright, I do kind of want these guys to actually have some protection. So I just fill these guys out with pulses. The problem I have with like the 5 rating is actually I kind of don't like it as much, just in the sense that like if you've got the high rating guys, they travel those huge distances. They actually like take a long time to travel. So you end up in a situation where, yeah, they're really good at what they're doing, but they take a really long time. I'm just gonna go maximum of those here. I only need like maybe 10 resource probes. I think they changed how like the experience points works. I actually had some that were fairly high level, based on just spamming programs, but I'm not entirely sure how much that actually changed. It seemed to make a difference. Okay, I've got over 6 mil. I might actually just give this guy a pretty good crew here.
Autopilot disengaged.
Something like that. Okay, so we add all this to a shopping list. That's going to cost us 5.5 million. It means it's going to take 10 runs. It's actually going to take us a lot more than 10 runs to get this to pay off itself, but that's because this area, like, the price of commodities here is just way worse. And I'm not entirely sure why that is. You know what I really wish in this game was a thing, is if satellites gave you missions. I can see why they wouldn't, because this would be, like, this long, but I would kind of prefer that. Like, having to fly around from station to station so that you could figure out what the missions are, when I, like, why can't I have a satellite tell me that there's a mission and forward that information to me? Like, that's really weird. Can't have a master tradesman driving an old banger car? Well, that's part of the thing, though, is like the really good trade ships that can haul huge cargo are also way slower. So the ones that would actually be good for those long-range sort of high-value missions or whatever are kind of the smaller ships in some ways, even though you wouldn't make any money off of it either. So it just ends up being kind of not worth it at all. I'm sort of the opinion that, like, it's almost better to just have, like, close-range stuff. Although, admittedly, my guys have been idling for quite a while because they're, like, waiting for trade goods to, like, come in there, so it kind of is a mixed blessing as far as that goes. But yeah, I think that treating this game like it's higher level teleport tech, yeah, that can actually do a lot. I've only got the basic one right now. What you would have to do, I guess, is just have like derpy little ships located all around every sort of station and just teleport between all the different stations. That would actually be a nightmare as well. I think just staying on the highway might be faster. I actually almost think I would rather just like hop on the highway and just not do that. Because the micro teleporting from station to station would be like just really obnoxious. I might actually get on the highway again right now, because I would kind of actually like to get some Argon and stuff like that missions. I usually do this by like traveling to a place. I don't actually like just get on the highway. Do I like those missions? No. I like going for the combat missions. I should have taken that bounty mission of going and fighting the Xenon, but I have no idea what kind of Xenon ships I'm going to get when I do that, and sometimes they absolutely destroy me. So, once you get on the highway, you can sort of disable the guidance system and then just sit on there going in a circle over and over again. How long does this ship actually take to build? I believe it's a while. But hopefully that'll be something I can sort of make use of there. Oh, there is a raiding party over here. What are the odds that that's still there by the time I get there?
Autopilot. Engaged.
I think the odds that they're going to still be there is actually pretty good. I don't see any like combat stuff around there. I'm in a really fast ship. Oh, it's not that I wouldn't want to do that. It's that I'm really lazy with mouse clicks. So when I'm like on the highway here or just sort of traveling long distances, I can sort of do nothing.
Entering system. Sigeris.
Like I just sort of flick through this instead of teleporting from ship to ship, because finding ships to teleport into them seems like that would be annoying, and then I'd have to find my ship that I want to fly again afterwards. All seems like a real pain. Even though that does sound like the smart way to do it. So even if I did have ships loitering everywhere, I would really rather not. No, these guys actually got wrecked pretty fast. I guess this refined goods complex is actually pretty heavily armed. Yeah, that refined goods complex is destroying them pretty badly. Either that or they ran through that minefield that's there. I know there's a minefield there. Still a skill issue? It's, I guess the skill that I lack is wanting to click buttons. Yes, I do lack. I have an issue with my mouse clicking skills of I don't want to. That is an issue, yes. I agree. Do I want to fix this issue? No.
Entering system.
I'm kind of wondering, like, how much money am I going to need exactly before I start building a station, another station, like proper Terran space? Because I can't sell Jack to anybody outside of Terran space, basically, other than ridiculously basic stuff. Yeah, those missions, the mission payouts are also like pretty weird because they're really bad actually, but one of the things I'm noticing is the faction I've chosen, like their ships are not necessarily ones that I really like here. I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna drop it up here. Dang it. Sometimes I really dislike the way that buttons work in this game. Alright. So this is going to take 100 million years to get into position here. But we are going to drop that. Yeah, but I like the actual fighting, so I usually try to like contribute. Which is probably a mistake, but you know, it's how I roll. I mean, why let myself get left out of the fun here? 37,000 for a combat mission. What? Destroy criminal traffic. Okay, yeah. Some of these missions are like you sit in a location for a large amount of time for no reason and then just get paid a tiny amount. It's not really worth it for me.
System.
Or like satellite repair that always takes a long time and doesn't really pay anything. I like how my trade ship has to travel all the bloody way from here, up here, down here to get to here, instead of like, I don't know, like there or something like that. I mean, actually, your way is probably better for making credits. Like, it's probably more efficient and requires less energy. But I do like fighting stuff. You know, it's fun fighting stuff. Speaking of, there's a Xenon raiding party right now.
Disengage.
I think there's only one ship left, though. Oh, it's dead. Yeah. Couldn't they have waited for me? Like, it's so rude.
Autopilot. Engage.
Just not letting me in on the action there. What have they got here? Extended fuel container, basic weapon. I don't think that's worth it. Too much time and effort to get there. Like, I could spend some time camping out by Savage Spur. I think that might actually have some combat missions that are interesting.
Entering
Oh.
system. Second contact.
I don't want to stop for just that one guy. Because he's probably also pretty dead. Or he went through the gate again. I don't know. One of the two. I don't understand these Xenon raiding parties, because they sort of like pop in with like a couple fighters and then they just immediately get wrecked. Without accomplishing really anything.
Entering system.
These Argons don't want to give me any missions today. They usually don't, but I mean, it's a different issue.
Entering system. Atikva's choice.
I like these missions. They're okay.
Disengage. Autopilot. Disengage.
Find a way to Tharka's Cascade. It's probably... No, if it was up that way, it would show me, right? I think? Well, let's also check this other one, because I could come back there whenever I wanted to. I really wish I actually had the ability to do this one right now. I don't have the ability to do that, unfortunately. Just because, like, I can't do that right now just because I don't have any good boarding ships, like with good marine crews. Like, closest technically I've got, I think, is that 13 marines that are just stuck in that mining ship for no good reason. Mostly to stop people from boarding it, but, you know. Alright, I'm heading in this direction anyway. I might as well check out what we've got here. I can see random things on the menu here. The one thing that's slightly annoying about the ship is that it moves so fast that the tractor beam will actually cause things to, like, swoop around behind it. And then I have to sort of slow down or stop to pick it up. It's real annoying. This is going to be an illegal thing, isn't it? Picking up, like, just space drugs or something like that. Ooh, it's two things. Modular trigger. Interesting. Yeah, these guys are going to be dead before I can get there. Do I know where this jump gate leads to? This is another reason I like taking missions, is because it sort of forces me to do the exploration of figuring out where everything in the galaxy is. And that way, like, filling out the map I think is a good thing for me to do.
Entering system. Morning Star.
Okay, so where did we end up here? Way up here? Okay, apparently that's very wrong.
Engage.
So I'm actually feeling like it probably is either up here. There's another spot, like, down here that leads to somewhere here.
Entering system. Atikva's choice.
What always confuses me in these is... That's a lot for station traffic. Okay, I'm not going to bother doing that. It's always weird in these games, like, you can't buy maps for some reason. It's like... You'd think that that would be a fairly obvious thing to buy, but apparently not.
Autopilot. Disengage.
Really no clue as to why that is the way it is. I've got all these missions here. I should probably do some of them, but I'm kind of lazy. I know how to cheese one of them, and it's kind of fun to do.
Engage.
But it does take a lot of reloads just in case you accidentally do it wrong. I figured out that you can damage friendly ships without reputation loss if you drop a mine on top of it. But one mine actually just one-shots a lot of the smaller vessels in this game. Which obviously is not what we're trying to do when we're trying to, like, intimidate it into dropping something for us. It doesn't really work there. Oh, who's that? Ah, well, okay, they're gone. Unknown ship. Interesting. Oh, here's something going on.
Disengage. N.
Okay, well, blinking to miss it's kind of going on there.
P.
The Xenon, yep.
M.
Well, this is fortunate. Just randomly finding a fight here. The Argon might help me out with some money and reputation here too, which is kind of one of the things I want out of this.
N.
I'm getting shot by something. I don't really know where it is. Turrets are still doing good here. Alright, who's actually shooting at me here? It's probably this guy. Ooh, he is evasive.
N.
Okay, now who am I getting shot at by here? This guy.
N.
There we go. I didn't find that bigger ship, unfortunately, because I was too busy taking out the fighters first, which I usually think is the smart choice. Like, the more fragile, high-damage fighters, getting rid of them first is usually the right call, in my opinion.
N.
How are my shields doing? They're pretty good still. I should say, I do technically know how to get trade to work like the longer way, but it's really inefficient, and I don't actually think that it's worth doing. The way that you'd sort of do it is just set it so that your guy goes from station to station to station, or system to system, and buys pretty much whatever goods that are at like specific prices, and then sells at like specific prices on a sort of loop. And you could sort of get profit doing that more consistently and more frequently. It's just, it would take a long time to set up. And I'm not entirely sure what the margins would be on it. I think they'd be low. I have thought about doing that, but
Thanks for your help.
yeah, 30,000 combat bounty for that's pretty low. Considering how many ships I took out, but whatever. Wondering if I should also dump the illegal cargo that I got. There are a lot of dead ships here. Wait, what happened to the illegal cargo? I thought I picked up something illegal. What? Okay, well, whatever. Alright, what was I doing? Right, I think we were trying to go through the superhighway, see if that led anywhere.
Autopilot. Engage.
Unfortunately, like, for right now, I can't really upgrade the ship any further. It's got sort of, like, the top class of guns for what I want it to be doing, which is fighting lighter ships. I could get the more fun weapon, but the more fun weapon really doesn't work at all against
Autopilot.
the lighter fighters and stuff like that. Okay, this is going to be a loop of shame here. as elite players like to call it. But yeah, I think that's how I'm going to sort of treat this game. Is I'm going to treat it like it's a very slow sort of Factorio, rather than thinking it as a sort of normal space sim. Because I think that's kind of what it is. Alright, where am I going and what trouble have I gotten myself into here?
A tick first choice. Free.
I don't think this is right. Okay, so there must be another gateway down here somewhere. Oh no, wait. Is there a gate up here? There is a jump gate up here. Okay, I wonder where that leads. There's a lot of... Is there something weird going on with the... Is that what that is? Is that a crafting one? Oh no, here we go. Maybe it's legal in the system. Maybe the people here don't give a shit.
A tick first choice.
I'm gonna dump this so I don't forget about it later and get scanned and have to deal with that. I think it's because it was legal in the system. I think the people here don't care about that. Oh, I just realized this is gonna lead to Xenon space.
M.
Also, there's another Xenon boarding party, so I'm just gonna fight them because I like that. I don't know what you're talking about, but good for them, I guess. I don't know. I think that guy's gonna get killed by our turrets, but yep.
M.
Okay. There's gonna be some illegal stuff in this mix here. Yep, more security decryption systems. Okay, so I do think that was probably space flags. Again? Yeah, that guy had a lot of illegal stuff on him. Okay. This is gonna lead to Xenon space, and I'm gonna, like, go in there and I'm gonna get wrecked. So I'm gonna make a save here. In the event that I can't turn around and, like, burn back out of there fast enough. But if our mission's in there, I'm gonna be so unhappy. I'm just gonna drop the mission if that happens. I like fighting, but not that much. What is with all the... I hope these despawn or something like that, because this is gonna gum up the game pretty badly eventually, I feel like.
M. Thank you.
There is another big wave of Xenon coming out of this, isn't there? Yeah, I'm turning around here. I have turned the space blue, so that's actually really, really good. In terms of, like, being able to get stuff. Alright. Looks like they're not interested anymore. I'm also not interested anymore in that. It's a little bit too much for me to want to deal with personally. Weirdest guy on Earth, huh? I don't know. There's a lot of weird people.
Thank you.
Okay, so we managed to get a lot of extra reputation off of doing that sort of stuff. That's actually really, really good. Because those guys are a big part of the map. That turns a lot of our map blue. I still don't know who the Min Talati are compared to the regular Talati. That's something I'm going to have to figure out. Oh, are we being followed? Interesting. Well, let's lure him out to a back alley and then take his wallet. I don't know, I wonder how you quantify the weirdest person on the planet.
Empty. empty space.
I feel like that's one of those claims that's very subjective in a lot of ways, but at the same time, probably a lot of people fit it.
Autopilot disengaged.
Did it get distracted somewhere? Ah, it got distracted somewhere, didn't it? Stupid Xenon. Do I want to know why someone was in jail? Not a lot. I don't really want to know why someone's in jail. No, that sounds
Autopilot engaged.
that sounds like one of those tempting fate sort of situations. It's going to be some like weird stuff apparently. I don't know. Okay, how am I supposed to find the stupid system here if none of these are... It is going to be through this jump gate, isn't it? That's what they're telling me I gotta do. Okay, well, unfortunately for me, I cannot go where they want me to go, so... Unless one of these leads to another jump gate.
Disengaged. Autopilot engaged.
I mean... I'm not religious enough to actually care if something's unholy. If they're doing satanic rituals or something like that, that's fine. I don't think you can go to jail for doing satanic rituals anymore, though. Another 570. Oh yeah, did we get our stupid other thing in position yet? Is that where it needs to be? Nope. This is the problem with these big haulers, is that they're slow as nails. And if you've ever had a nail, it does not move, it just sits in your cupboard. I should be putting down satellites around here, but I'm kind of too lazy. I've got tons of them too. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I think that the person who made a 73 episode documentary series on a person is probably more weird than they are. Just gonna throw that out there. That is... It doesn't matter what person you're talking about there. It could be the most interesting person in existence. That is still weird. That is still kind of a strange thing to do, in my opinion. IMO. I guess maybe if they're really short, like 5-minute snippets or something like that, that would work, but... Okay, I don't think I can find this stupid place. I don't think it exists. The thing that they're trying to tell me to do here just is non-existent. It does not... It's not a real thing. Oh wait, it is through this jump gate. Okay, I'm gonna drop this mission. Goodbye, mission. Alright, there we go. Well, we learned a thing, at least. Actually, no. I think it would be worse if someone made an entire documentary about someone on YouTube Shorts. That would be worse. I don't know. You're allowed to have two different weird people who are weird for different reasons. I don't know. Definitely sounds like one of those, like, I hope that guy's getting paid enough that that's his full-time job, but at the same time, that sounds like, that'd be a weird thing to be able to do to get paid for as a full-time job. RIP mission? Oh yeah, no, that mission can go to hell. I love how it slows me down to a just absolute crawl for that. Alright, where's our goddamn mining ship? It is so close to being where I need it to be. If I had enough money, I would get a large trade ship, and I would show you what I'm talking about for like how to do automated trade. It's just, it takes so long to set up. It's like programming for like 2 minutes, and I don't, or 20 minutes or whatever. I don't want to do it.
Entering system. Silent witness.
What the heck are all these? Okay, nope, those are wrong kind. Why am I getting them here though?
Entering system. Profit Center Alpha.
Yeah, if your entire life was documented in TikToks, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that would be one of those situations where the person doing it is just kind of worse.
Entering system. Right promise.
Okay, I'm gonna try and look for missions down here to make it so that these guys hate me less, I guess. I don't know who Parentids are.
Autopilot. Disengaged.
That is a really weird thing to have a...
Autopilot. Engaged.
Well, I guess if they're like some sort of like famous person, I guess. It's not any weirder than like all those people reading constant tabloid articles about like the royal family, I guess. It's just probably much less important person, I guess. I have no idea.
Entering system. Trinity Sanctum.
Okay. I'm gonna go over here. A video a month, potentially. I guess if they're making like millions of views or whatever, that could be enough to be a job. I don't know what kind of person could possibly have that much content on their life, but I like how this thing literally is just not moving right now. It's just stopped. Okay, there we go. It's moving again. Okay, we got more missions here. Nope. Of course not.
Disengaged. Autopilot. Engaged.
I'm gonna be honest with you, that doesn't sound like the weirdest person I've ever heard of. That does sound weird. I guess part of the problem is like my metric for weird is also including like a lot of history, since I read a lot of history, and people from history are very weird. Destroy laser tower. Okay, well, let's try this one.
Autopilot. And autopilot. Autopilot.
Bloody heck.
Engaged.
Okay. I'm not gonna make it in time, am I?
Unknown.
These are all gonna get destroyed before I can get there. This is the downside with this type of mission sometimes. I bet there's more documented people on Earth. I think that, you know, if you include like tabloids, I guess. He's probably the most
Disengaged.
documented by one person, though. That I still think that sounds very like much like an unhealthy obsession.
Laser tower Mark 1.
Like a ridiculously unhealthy obsession. That sounds really weird to me.
Laser tower Mark 2.
How come these things were getting exploded and then they just suddenly stopped? I don't really... It's making me a bit worried that there's something here.
1.
But yeah, I mean, if you read about any of people from like history, you get some much weirder stuff, I guess. And I assume that that's still going on today. It's just going undocumented.
Laser tower Mark 2.
Well, there is someone killing these things.
Laser tower Mark 1.
I have like a very limited sort of like I'm not super deep in any form of history, like so I like all of it. I think anyone who's like a real historian is very, very focused and specialized on a specific part of history. I'm not that because I'm just a hobbyist. But
Autopilot engaged.
yeah, I really like different sort of segments, and usually the ones with a lot of warfare are the parts that I really like. I'm a person who likes reading up about the history of military stuff, like wars and stuff like that. So both world wars, I think, are really interesting. I think the Roman wars and stuff like that. But yeah, there's nothing that I'm capable of saying, like, I really focus on this one particular part of history and know a lot about this particular part of history. That's not really something that I'm good at here. Okay, that was weird. Okay.
Autopilot disengaged.
So I guess if I had to say what type of history, it'd be military history would be the sort of answer there. I also have a big history, or I have a big interest in like economic history as well. Though I think those are very closely intertwined. Usually, like war is about economic factors.
Autopilot engaged.
It's really rare to find like a military campaign that is purely built around just they want to fight each other. Usually, there's actually some underlying economic reasons behind it. Although it's sometimes hard to tell. But yeah, if you look at sort of the what's going on in a country in terms of like where their economy is and like whether or not they need certain things to happen, that's usually more indicative of whether they're going to go to war or not than their military strength or stuff like that. Then you get stuff like World War One, where no one really wanted to fight World War One, and there was no really good economic reason to fight World War One, and they just sort of fought it because they kind of had to. They thought because they're idiots, but. Yeah, you get situations like that from time to time, but most of the time it's not quite that. These guys do not want me to get quests. Alright, but surely this jerk is in position, right? No, still flying towards here. Okay, fantastic. It's another more niche part of history that I like, which is I do like those food history channels, like that talk about what people used to eat like a million years ago. Which is nothing because people weren't around a million years ago, but I mean,
Autopilot engaged.
other than that factor, you know, what did the dinosaurs eat? 2 million, actually 15 million years ago? I don't know anything about dinosaurs. That's not really part of my wheelhouse at all. Some vast sum of time ago where dinosaurs were a thing, and I'm not talking about like alligators because there are still alligators. 11 ships? I think I would get wrecked.
Autopilot disengaged.
Considering what they're asking you for, they're offering very little money, honestly. History is important for, I think, certain things. I don't necessarily know how important I'd actually say it is. I think there's a sort of... Sometimes people can overemphasize how important history is in a way that's kind of weird, but...
Autopilot engaged.
It is one of those things that definitely is very informative. It can tell you a lot about why things are the way they are. I don't necessarily know that knowing history gives you a great grasp on how to actually do anything. Here we go.
Autopilot disengaged.
There's also some just really funny stories, though, in history.
Engaged.
It's one of the ones that I've sort of like watched a history video of that was semi-comedy about was like the defenestrations of Prague, which was something I knew about already, but it just because it's such a funny story, hearing it presented in a more comedy style was actually really funny. Oh, this guy. Okay.
Lotus mineral Vanguard.
I'm not even sure you would say that the defenestrations of Prague were actually that important in any relevant way. It was just a bunch of people getting thrown out of windows. Which keeps happening in Prague. Prague, I can't pronounce it. I mean, you're constantly engaging in large-scale geopolitics, just as a very tiny morsely pawn that gets moved around by other people. But you are engaging in it. Just like the rest of us. I mean, technically speaking, you're also an infinitesimally small part of the democratic process, which may or may not matter, but you know. Technically speaking, you are part of that process. You can't get out of it.
Forager.
Debating child labor laws, yeah. I mean, you know. I mean, if we can't put them in the coal mines, like, what good even are they? If I can't use them as a TikTok commodity for my millions of viewers, then what's even the point of having children?
Forager.
Give me your stuff. I don't think he has any stuff to give. Okay, well. Look, if the libertarian crowd really wants to just avoid the debate about child labor laws and stuff like that, they just have to change the age of adulthood to like 12, which is what they want to do anyway. I really wish the bubble on this was like way bigger, the rate at which I could collect these things.
Forager. Hive guard. Forager. Hive guard.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of libertarians. I have one of those sort of jobs where I have to like read through some of the bullshit they do from time to time. Well, I don't have to, but I end up exposed to it, and it's just like, oh god, why are you guys such idiots?
Lotus. Mineral. Vanguard.
But on the plus side, you know, no one takes them seriously, so it doesn't really matter.
Forager. Hive guard. Forager.
Alright. I think the latency actually caused me to miss there.
Forager.
it's occasionally cathartic to watch the libertarian takedown vids or the sovereign citizen or free man on the land or any of those, just because it's like, you know, it is really funny sometimes watching them like argue that they are in fact not a human being or something like that, and therefore not subject to human laws or other variations. I think my game crashed, which is interesting. Also very unfortunate given the timing. Oh no, here we go. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that stuff. I'm going to worry about this stuff. Yeah, I
Forager.
find them a little bit depressing. It's just like, I can't... It's hard for me to actually believe that people are this stupid. I have faith in humanity, generally speaking. I try to maintain that. Should I have faith in humanity? Probably not. Oh god, what is happening? Okay, alright, fine.
Queen's Guard.
My frames are just going out the window. It's not even actually frames, it's like big leg spikes. I'm not sure what's going on there. Yeah, it is back. I'm not sure how that's going on, how it's happening. Might be too much stuff on the map right now or something like that. Which is going to be great once I get into the larger battles in this game and it's like 9 million ships or whatever. Just watching as like 5 carriers just destroy each other and throw scrap into every, you know, corner of the galaxy. That's going to be great. I'd imagine that the game really chugs at that point in time. I think what's also really depressing to me about like sovereign citizens is that they can do a lot of really weird stuff, and the worst that they ever seem to get is broken windows, but you know.
Thanks for your help.
Why am I talking to someone? I must have gotten a reputation boost. I don't know why it's automatic. That's kind of interesting. I'm traveling all this distance for some like random little thing that's on the ground here that I could pick up from a scrap heap, but I'm going to get there and it's going to be very disappointing. It's going to be great. I love it. I think the modern internet era has actually made it harder for me to keep my optimism about humanity as a whole, which is something I like to try to keep, so it's an unfortunate side effect of modernity. How far away is this stupid thing? I think it's under me. Okay, got him. There's a sort of combination of different things that make people follow the free man on the land or the sovereign citizen movement or whatever. And 9 times out of 10, it is people who are really desperate to not have to pay someone for something, and they're looking for legal outs on how to not pay somebody that they have to pay. Yeah. Yeah, faith in humanity has declined. That is definitely a thing that has happened to me as well here, but I try to remain optimistic, even though I shouldn't. But yeah, like the free man on the land movement is mostly being fed by people who will get like big parking tickets that they really can't afford to pay. They don't want to pay it. So they look up like really crappy legal advice online, or they ask their friends, or they ask other people. And when you look up really crappy legal advice from people who are not qualified, you end up finding like a couple different things. Like you'll find the legal answers from people who are professionals that tell you that you did break the law and that you are guilty. And then you find the whack jobs who say that actually law doesn't exist because it's an illegitimate sort of blah, 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 blah. Or that the only legitimate law that they follow is the naval law of Great Britain or something like that. I don't know. I don't actually know why I'm coming here, but to this station, but Yeah, for the most part, like that's I think what's feeding the sovereign citizen movement is people who are looking for legal advice and not finding the answers they want from actual lawyers,
Coordinates. Shipyard.
or any sort of like professionals or people who know what they're talking about, and are instead just looking for people who will tell them that they're innocent and then making the arguments that those people make. So it's a sort of like a confirmation bias from people who want to get out of a bad situation.
Docking granted.
Or it's people who haven't broken the law yet but really want to. It's like, I really want to drive without a license because I don't want to have to pay for it. You know, that sort of people. Oh god. Getting even basic docking software would actually probably be like, you know, smart, but I just refuse to as a like pride thing. Which I don't think is how this game works. I think that's just my Elite days talking, where it's like no one used docking software.
Successfully docked.
All right, let's see what I'm getting here. It's probably like a briefcase with a bomb or something like that, but who knows? There is a certain degree to which I like kind of sympathize with sovereign citizens in a sort of way where it's just like you know, some of the some of the stuff that we do deal with is kind of like bad governance, but just because the laws are stupid, it's less fun but more convenient. Yeah, like the sort of reason like I think that people are drawn to that as well is like there is a degree to the government being bad and laws being stupid and restrictions being kind of stupid sometimes. But just because they're stupid doesn't mean they don't exist. If you have auto ships, they are useful as it speeds up the money. I didn't know that the auto dock was necessary for AI piloted ships. That's interesting. Huh. Well, I'll have to keep that in mind. I'm barely listening to this guy because I kind of don't care. Okay, great. Fantastic. I have no idea who this guy is or what these guys want. That's an interesting ship interior. Let's check out the trader corner, see if I can dump any of the stuff I picked off of those corpses. Wait, what? I think I'm in the wrong part of the ship. I think I clicked on the wrong button. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, just because like the law is sometimes kind of over restrictive or stupid or whatever, doesn't mean that they don't exist. Like I think that's a thing that they should probably focus on sometimes or learn, or just basically understand. It's like these guys will buy space flags. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, stuff like that I think is some extent like fine. I think like the way I think about it is like, okay, it seems like a really stupid rule or law, which you know, okay. A lot of the time, like really stupid sounding laws or rules are actually relatively sensible, and you understand like why they exist. And like the people who do the sovereign citizen stuff usually don't put any thought whatsoever. It's just like, it doesn't let me do what I want, so therefore it's a stupid law. Those people are not necessarily thinking very hard about like what they're talking about. Like the need for driver's licenses, for example, is one of those ones where it's like there's a very good reason for the rule why we have driver's licenses. There is a good reason why they seemingly get pulled over more than other people. Okay, are you done yet? Okay, good. Okay, we've got helium, hydrogen, methane, nevidium, ore, and silicone. So let's go ahead and get this guy set up for his auto route here. I don't know what Invidium is. Does anyone actually use Invidium? Actually, I'm going to turn that off for now. I'm going to check something. What is Invidium, and does anyone buy it? And what is its price? The things, I know people buy silicone here, so like obviously I'm going to be able to mine that if I want to. Admittedly, they pay a really cruddy price for it, but that's fine. What I'm confused by is what Invidium is. This is going to be one where like the Terrans don't use it at all, and it's supposed to go like a million miles away from here. Very narrow-minded for sure. Yeah, it's a narrow-minded thing, I think, to a certain degree. Like, there's a lot of people out there who think that drunk driving is like not that bad because the only person that gets hurt is them, and they should be allowed to like kill themselves if they want to. That's not really the problem with that, because it's actually other people that we're worried about, not them. It's that sort of thing, you know. Technically speaking, I think the law is also meant to protect people from themselves sometimes, but you know. And it's how it is, I guess. Okay, so we got a repeat order set. Hit confirm. I'm actually going to move a little bit closer here. I like to do a couple orders for mining. Then we just do sell in sector. Apparently people buy scrap here. Alright, so the price down here is like low as garbage. So I'm going to set this down to like 113, which is unfortunate. It's the hot new Bitcoin. Oh no. Alright, so if it's set down at low, we should be able to get this thing mining pretty effectively. One thing I wish is like the... I kind of wish the Terran haulers carried a little bit more stuff, but whatever, it's fine. Alright, I've got 4 mil. How much for a large trade ship? Because I do want to do that and then see if I can get the trade loop set up with that. By the way, I really like this design. This is kind of funky, a little bit too asymmetric in some ways, but it does look good. It does look like a bottle opener, but, you know, I do like that. Okay, so how many gun slots does this have? This has a decent number. I do want this to be somewhat protected again. Okay, so I guess we want a docking computer. We'll try to see if that makes a big difference. I wouldn't mind it having some cargo drones, so I've got that flexibility, but I don't really know if I need them. Get a captain. Apparently the service crew don't matter very much for these things, but I'm going to get not that many. I'm going to get some, just so it can repair itself a little bit. Yeah, that's sort of the thing. I think I'm just going to go with that kind of crew for this. So what's it going to cost me? I'm going to need about 7 mil for this ship. Okay, so it's going to be a while before I can get that, but I should be able to passive income that pretty quickly with the ships that I've got loitering around here. I don't know if I've gotten very many trades. I might actually want to reset my trade loop here. I've noticed that when you do a reset on your traders, for some reason, like you just hit cancel, then you hit trade again, they start trading again. It's kind of weird, actually. Let's get this guy. Remove all orders and assignments. Trade with. Oops, that's the wrong type of thing. Can't remember how to do this sort of stuff anymore. Information, default behavior, auto trade. There we go. Energy cells. Confirm. Is this guy not buying energy cells properly? Is he going somewhere else to buy out energy cells? I might have set this up backwards, actually. Okay, I'm going to... Blah, okay. I'm gonna do it this way. Repeat orders. Go to here. Fill with energy cells. Confirm. Oh wait. Confirm. Buy from Grand Exchange. Energy cells. Buy up to 760. Whatever. Then sell in energy cells. Quantity to keep 0, minimum price. Okay, this should be an effective loop, and I cannot remember if I did this right or not, but if you do this setup, you should automatically pull from station at price that you want, and then travel to area and then find a station that's buying it at the price that you want to sell it at. And you can do this sort of over a wider area. It's really inefficient in some ways, but it does make it so that your stuff will auto trade properly. And you can do this, it scales up, so I can actually just have it set up this way. I believe. We'll find out a little bit. Dock and wait. This should fill up with... Wait, where is the Gladius? Did I do that with the wrong ship? Oh no, okay. So this guy goes into Grand Exchange. He should purchase maximum amount of energy cells at like sort of no price or whatever. I have to double check though, because I might have this set to something different here. I might not be selling these at the right price. Yeah, I think the problem is I don't have this set to the right price. What the heck is going on with where did it go? I hate the UI of this sometimes. Okay. Yeah, no matching trade offer. What did we buy energy cells? Buy up to? Okay. Yeah, so it's getting caught in this loop here because I can't... Did I do this wrong? I think I did. Okay. Let's redo this. I can't remember like the parlance for some of these parts here, which is really annoying. This is where it gets like kind of awkward for me. Okay, so we're going to remove those. We're going to go ahead and... How come I can't do like a forced sell order because it's my station? Well, I guess we'll just do it like this. It shouldn't actually matter because technically I'm buying it from myself, right? So let's see if that works. But I believe this is how I do this. Unless I'm selling this for higher than 16. Which might actually be what I'm doing here. Automatic pricing is at 21. Well, that would explain why. Why am I selling these for such a high price? This probably explains why I can't sell anything. Okay, production 3,000 per hour. I'm going to set you to 16. So that's always sort of something we can sell automatically. There we go. Okay. I don't know if I saved that properly. Fiddling with this has always been infuriating. Alright. Okay, he's still failing on the buy loop, so I think I forgot to save or something like that. Oh wait, buy offer. Set that... I'm gonna set that really low. I don't really want to be... I got the wrong... That's why. I'm thinking like from this backwards. I'm thinking this backwards. Okay, that should do it, I hope. This is why this is like Factorio. Wait, what? Heading to dock, okay. Full of energy cells, good. Is he just buying and selling to the same station? That lazy asshole. Alright, so this is why we need to do it this way. We'll set the buy offer to like that high, I guess, so it stops doing that. But okay, yeah, we got to work. Required more fiddling and BS than I really wanted it to, but no, I don't think that did work. Why are we selling it there? I was traveling to there to check it, I guess. I don't know why, because we got a satellite. Well, either way, I'm just slightly infuriated by this process, but once you figure it out, I'm sure it's just basically set up as basically reality. It still takes forever to do. I think auto trade should just be a better process. All right. How's this guy doing here? Okay, we're at the 3,800 out of 3,800. We'll see what this is worth pretty soon. I don't think we had a transaction yet. Okay. Either way, though. I do want to know if I got this set up correctly, because I'm not sure I did. Execute trade. Now this place does import energy cells, it just doesn't have a listed price. So usually that means they're not buying it right now, I don't think. I guess we'll find out in a moment here. Because maybe they are actually buying. Watching like our little ship here remotely from a million miles away. Oh, it did actually get rid of all those, it did sell them all. Okay, so that actually worked. Profit from that was only 582. Nope, that's... What? Oh, I know why. It's not an assigned trade order. It was a profit that went directly to me. So I have to do this. Show transaction log. It's worth 17,480 credits, which is not much, but considering this is a smaller ship, that's actually not that bad. And considering that we just churn out energy cells for free. I'm not too unhappy about that. Okay. Well, that was more fiddly, but like you can do that with more elaborate loops that are just also awkward and annoying. But yeah, I mean it works. That's what really matters. After all that struggling and suffering, it works. That's the important thing, I guess. I'm actually gonna fly over here and explore a little bit more. I want to reveal more of the stations.
Autopilot.
I should have been doing that while autopiloting somewhere. I'm not sure where I'd be autopiloting to, honestly, but I wouldn't mind getting the Sagaris Pioneers up to cap happiness, but especially because I'm going to be trading in their sectors, actually. I should probably do that. Yeah, I need to get a lot more than what I've got here. Looks like we made almost 450,000 from our big cargo container there. I'm pretty okay with that. It is substantially less than our other one, which I kind of knew since we're selling for less there, but
Autopilot. Disengage.
I think that's a supplies issue. There's like more. There's plenty of supply here, but there's less demand, I think. This place up here has lots of demand for silicon. I wonder if I could just do trade routes with the miner, because I think it's a little bit cheaper. Something to think about, I guess. Oops.
Autopilot. Engage.
Well, alright, so that's kind of everything around here. Everyone seems to like me well enough. I'm just going to head straight down to here.
Disengage. Autopilot. Engage.
I wonder if a medium trader would actually be better. What does the medium trader have for capacity? That'd be the Baldric. Storage container capacity is 10,700. Oh, that's why I can't use miners. They have mineral and liquid storage. They don't have... Yeah, okay. That'd be why. So, let's see what I can get this to be here. I think an all-round is fine. I don't want it to be... Well, actually... So 10,700, that means that this thing is hauling a pretty substantial fraction of what the large is. It's also way faster. The reason I would want the large is because it does the trades a little bit better, but most places don't have enough for that to be worthwhile.
Entering system.
So I'm going to go like that.
Entering system. IS mists.
I don't know why I always get the long-range scanners. I should probably just do the short range on these. These guys don't really need any consumables. Crew, captain. Get a little bit of crew on here.
Entering system. Pontifex's claim.
Oops.
Entering system. Holy vision.
Okay, so this is about 1 mil. It's about a sixth, and it does carry more than 1/6, I believe. So I'm gonna actually just get it. We'll set up a trade loop, and then I'm gonna find out this is incredibly unprofitable, but I kind of know that.
Entering system. True sight.
So I think what I can do is set it so that this guy's running around in here doing auto trading or semi-auto trading using repeat orders instead of the other thing. But the problem is going to be, like, I think he's going to run out of things to buy really, really quickly. So I don't think what I'm doing here is going to work very well. Just in the sense that I don't think it's going to make me very much money. I'm going to get there before... Oh, what are you? A Zen raiding party. It's just one ship and it's going to probably die pretty soon. I don't have any laser towers. Nope. Okay. Is this ready? Yes. Oops. I want to go here. So here is how I think this works. Go in here, set it to repeat orders. Why can't I? Oh, because I have to wait for it to finish executing its current orders. Okay, well,
Antigone Memorial.
great. I could also hit local auto trade, I guess. I don't know that I think that's going to work very well. I think the game's frozen again here, or crashed or something. There we go. Nope. We're out. Oh wow, that was a lot of missions. Okay, so I won't be able to give this guy the orders probably today, but either way, yeah, I think I found my fun in this game. It was really different from what I thought it was going to be. This is a lot more 4X-y than I thought it was going to be at the end of the day. And I really actually quite like doing this. The sort of build construction loop and the sort of trade loop and stuff like that is sort of what I like in that sort of Factorio sense, and also being able to sort of do that with the combat in addition to it being pretty good. I actually really like that combination. Still, though, looks like it is about 2 o'clock here, and I don't think I'm going to be doing too much of anything here for the next little bit. I am hoping to get some more missions, but I wonder how badly, like, do the AI factions sort of get wrecked eventually by other wars or by the Xenon or whatever? I'd imagine they probably do. This game seems pretty dynamic. I wonder if I should invest in buying a ton of just defense towers and putting them outside of gates. Oh, we got a mission offer. Nope. I'm contemplating to a certain extent just running the game AFK for like a couple work shifts or something like that. And just coming back and like having the extra millions of dollars to spend on like a station, so I can get the next step up on the loop, so I can be constructing stuff instead of just mining. So I can consume the like mining stuff, but I can also like sell to these other people and do both of those things. I think that would be very much like an acceleration of how much we're profiting, and sort of going even further and further up the line there. But waiting for stuff to happen in this game can be very boring. Did I send you to the wrong place? I think I sent this literally to the wrong place. Oh no, it's going here. It's going here. Okay. Getting some more there. Yeah, we are earning... From our trade ship, the way I've set it up, we are earning a decent amount of money off of it now. Does make me want to consider getting another upgrade to this place's energy production capabilities, but I don't think that would be a good idea. I'm not sure how much I want to really focus on this place as my economic base with like the fact that I can't sell my wares there, because everything I produce I can't sell there. By the way, though, unfortunately, our ship is not going to get here in time for me to try programming the trade loop for it. So that'll have to wait. So, hopefully you found this one enjoyable. I found it pretty chill. A lot of combat near the beginning. I haven't been able to find good combat missions after that, but I haven't been looking quite as much as I should have been. Okay, I'm going to accept that. But, yeah, I'm going to call this one an episode, actually. So, yeah, hope you found this one enjoyable, and I will see you guys all on Wednesday. Wednesday's going to be Kerbal Space Program. I probably will wedge some Stardew Valley into there as well. But, primarily, I'm going to be doing that for... I'm going to try something here, because I've noticed something weird going on. But yeah, I'm going to be doing mostly Kerbal Space Program, but we're going to be trying to wedge some Stardew Valley into there. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a ton of time. But yeah, hope you found this one enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time.